People so freaking stupid. But this is the thing. First, I was like, man, I should stop. Then I'm like, now I'm like, just because I know y'all want me to stop, you want the darkness to be hitting up. Now it's like I want to go even deeper. I'm finna have to leave again in a minute, but now I want to go even deeper on research and put even more information about these devils and stuff like that. I'm just looking at my thing and say no views on these last two videos. Now this is what I like about that. What I do like, what I don't like is like it's just annoying because it's just kind of like people are inserting themselves into your and the only people that will try to stop the missions from getting out are evil demonic people. That's the only way you'll do something like that because it's just think about it. Just think about it now, and I hate to keep bringing it up, but people like Kip and Samuels who love the best black women and stuff like that, or just in general, women on their channels talking about how to get money out of a man, blah 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 blah. Now they got views beyond views. They let them show. They'll never ever take that down. But when you tell the real raw truth, and then you expose a real true darkness, they're gonna take it away. You even look at other truthers. Not saying they're not saying the real truth, because a lot of them are. There's some good tarot readers who actually tell the truth, and they're good high spiritual people. But it's like you don't tamper with their view, nothing. But you want to tamper with somebody who's really, really waking people up. That's one of the reasons why I'm glad that it says no views on there, because people that are actually watching it, you can see that it's no views. You can actually see that they're tampering with it. Even my Facebook page. And I hate to keep bringing it up, but I'm glad that you guys can see that with the magic over my channel, how they make it so they don't want nobody come in, but make it look like on my end that people can come and they just not. That's what I'm saying. The devil just stay busy. But let me just say this. Now, to the people that be calling certain people witches, and some people are evil dark witches, whatever, but to people that be saying I'm demonic for whatever, let me just explain something to you. Now let's just take a pastor like Kenneth Copeland. I don't give a damn about the title. Let's look at the character of people. Now you take somebody like that, and even though I'm not a male, I like to compare myself, even though it's a movie, I compare myself to the guy from Powder. Now you take a pastor like Kenneth Copeland or Creflo Dollars, and you see the character of the people, regardless if they preaching about God or not. You can clearly see the character of people that anybody can say out their mouth God, but look at the character of them. If you really just look, you see those type of people in heaven. That's what I'm saying. Just really, really look at what type of people they are. You really think that the Most High anointed them to be messengers? No. Okay, so I compare myself to like Powder. It's like people look at Powder and he looks different. He acts different. It's like, and what people don't understand, if they're not connected to God, they don't understand something. They immediately just call it evil. But you could clearly see that the people in the movie Powder, the people that were trying to harm him or whatever, they were evil. And it showed because it was like he was a real. He wasn't even in that movie really talking about God or nothing like that. He was just a high spiritual being. You could just tell. You saw the stuff that he did, how he could make certain people feel what the deer felt. They tried to kill the deer, and he was making them feel how the deer felt. They just like different stuff like that. You could just see that he was a beautiful person. Him and that girl had a intimate moment, and he was just looking at her and talking, and he felt what she felt, and it was just like a really, really rare, beautiful moment. And she got really emotional because it's like she never had seen anything like that, experienced nothing like that. And one thing about who said this, I think his name is Victor O2. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he has a channel, and he's one of the first people I went to when I first started looking into empaths. And he was saying when people talk to empaths, the first thing they do is they get real comfortable because they finally feel heard. It's like you talking to somebody, and empaths have a tendency when people talk, it's like we just listen. We it's like all of our focus is put on that person that's talking. We find it interesting. We want to know what they have to say, especially if it's like a pure-hearted person. Not nobody's silly, but we just listen to people, and that's why people open up to us that we don't even know. They just feel comfortable. So yeah, it's like we just have a certain spirit of us. We're not arrogant. We're not cocky. We're very down to earth. Yeah, sometimes we get agitated, but we're just very beautiful people. Now, the reason why I say if you put a real, true spiritual being around people, their true character come out, because it's like empaths. How can I explain it? Okay, like if I say it's certain people that'll call me a witch because they'll do something, and it's like I'll call it out, and they'll be like, "How did you know that?" First of all, you have to realize that a lot of empaths, by being scapegoated our whole life, we've seen evil on a whole nother level. Evil from family, evil from friends, evil from narcs, before the awakening. Just a lot of evil. A lot of people backstab us because they look at us like we're vulnerable and weak because a lot of stuff that we went through, and maybe we act, and people be like, "Oh, she don't know." Just know we're good-hearted people, and we like helping people. We try to give people the benefit of the doubt, and people in their mind, they're demonic, and they just look at it as a lot of empaths are very giving. Like for example, like I said, just me. Like one time I first moved in here and I didn't really want. I had a whole case of movies, and I didn't really want them anymore. And it's like I just asked the neighbor. I was like, "You want these?" And she just took them. Not trying to brag or nothing. This just who I am. I don't think nothing of it. I ain't say, "All right, give me $10 for it." I don't even think like that. But it's like just people, and she was grateful. But it's like it's just people when you go around being like that, and it's not even just about giving. It's just like just being real. People who not like that, they just automatically they just instead of just embracing it, they look to take advantage or do some you weak, all other stuff. People just do like real silly type stuff. And what happens is that when the imp have experienced gang stalking and after a narc, we just don't give a flying F anymore. It's like the stuff that you used to put up with, you'll never put up with again. You start noticing the devil in people. One thing I realized about certain people that cause an awakening is like control. Narcs like to have control, even if it's narky family members. They like to people. If you change up on people and you don't allow them the same access or to control you anymore, you'll start noticing a change in them. And I mean, you'll start noticing them for who they really are. Because one thing you have to realize about evil people is that they never change. They're always the same way. The only person that changes you because you wake up to the bullshit that they're on. So that's what I'm saying. It's like people trying to figure out how does she. Because I've been around a lot of deceptive people. I've been around people, and this all my life. I met dudes before, and they'll try to get the homeboys to come. I just know certain type of stuff. So if it comes at me, I just know. When you get hurt so much or lied to or tricked so much, it's like it just how do I explain it? I learn from each experience. Even if somebody get over on me and I think I know something get over me, I take that okay. So now I know if I see any type of thing like that again, I know not to doubt it. Now it's very hard to get over on me. It's like people try to. That's what I feel like people doing. They try to put you in a vulnerable position so that you need help. They want you to be comfortable, try to knock you down, to have you susceptible to bullshit. That's what I'm saying. It's like you try to level up. And one thing about me is that I'm not lazy. One of the reasons why I worked a long time ago, years ago, many jobs. One of the things about me, I can get along with people. I just prefer not to be around people and I gave plenty of examples before. People kind of agitate me and get on my nerve. If I could make money from home or for just in general, and it's just not even that. There's certain type of people just do weird stupid stuff that be just like getting on my nerve. And in reality they'll get on anybody's nerve. It's just people trying to make it seem like, oh, you're not as nice as you are. It's not that. People just get on my nerve. I leave out early in the morning or just leave out and people following you everywhere you go. That's annoying because people know they don't want they done to them. If you talking in your house and I'm talking low and people listening to the walls, it's like people just get on my nerve. Even when I hear certain things about a second I used to listen to, don't listen to no more, saying I'm on the phone and reading out my credit card number. And it's like, okay, but people, they'll try to hear that and they'll write down your credit card number or whatever. But you know that when you do that, if you take some money off that person's card, that person won't be able to pay their rent or whatever. And you know that, well, I don't have a card anymore, but you know that they're going to be short, but you do it. And that's what I'm saying, that grimy type of mindset. Everybody can make a mistake, but it's like people just do certain stuff. Then you say something and they look at you like, but they just do stupid stuff. People like Powder, people like me, people that are earth angels, people that are real sincere hearted people, genuine people. This place feels like it's like another planet to us because we just be looking at people look at me and think that I'm funny or think that I'm weird. And I look at people like they just demonic and evil and they weird. It's like, I don't see how gang stalkers can look at you like you're weird. Something wrong. Somebody said that neighbors were saying that I'm crazy, I'm demonic, blah, blah. But neighbors follow you everywhere and listen in the walls and people put devices in your house, listening devices, whatever, and then constantly try to stop the views, but they don't see that as being evil and weird. And one thing I really realized when it comes to like spirituality and people who outcast people, one thing I realized is that when some people, it's like they don't have to be told that they're evil. It's certain people out there. It's certain people, they don't see themselves as evil. They just see themselves in a different type of way. And it's some people that actually know they're evil and they don't give a fuck about being called evil. And that's one of the things that people like me, empaths, we don't understand. It's like certain people, like I had a maternal figure in my family. Just people, one thing that can make me like snap, and I'll have to get away from a person before I put my hands on them. And I can control it. I'm just talking shit. But one thing that'll make me want to put my hands on somebody just sitting up there lying. It's like you sitting up there answering a person something and a person just with a straight face, just lying. And empaths, we know you lying. So it's like when people do stuff like that, and you have a clear understanding that person is lying and playing the game, that's somebody you can't trust, especially on the level of stuff that they asking you. It's like that's a real uncomfortable feeling because it's like, especially just like little petty stuff, like it's just like little petty stuff. It, like for example, and I hate to bring it up, but like my Scorpio ex, it's like I knew he was following me. He knew he was following me. I told you how I knew one time. I tested him. I heard him yelling at me on the phone over here, and then just like little stuff I just know, and I'm asking, they like, "What you talking about, huh?" Like, I mean, it's obvious that people are lying. They don't take no genius or nothing like that. So it's not about psychic, you can see the unseen or nothing like that. It's just about that's common sense. That's street smarts, it's common sense. You can just tell that somebody on some bullshit. And every time I get people the benefit of the doubt, I don't go with my first mind. I always end up getting fucked over. So it's like you kind of develop like it's just like I don't, it's certain people, it's like you just be looking at them and you be like, are they serious? And it's really uncomfortable because you don't really be wanting to fuck with people no more, have people around you, because you be like, but this person just literally sitting over here lying. You be trying to see if people gonna finally admit to their truth or finally be real, and it's like it's not in you. A lot of times when people are deceiving people, that you waste years of your life trying to get them to change, but they can't change because that's who they are. If you know for a fact that you wouldn't purposely deceive people, you a person you love, you ain't trying to get over on them. And you know you wouldn't do that, and you would never attempt to do it or ever change up and do it because you know that that's not who you are. In their mind, they're purposely deceiving you because that's who they are. So it's like, it's people, it's like I found myself in the past, I found myself being like, you know, this, it's like you telling somebody, you know that you're sitting up there lying, you know that I'm being real with you, and you know you lying, you telling the person that, and the person, they know that they doing it, and they get off on the fact that you're trying to figure out why they do it. It's like they get off on the fact you're trying to teach them, and in their mind they're like, yeah, I'm an evil motherfucking nigga, and you, it's like the only way a person that's evil respect you if you leave them the fuck alone. Because other than that, it's like they think you're a joke, and you are a joke, and I was a joke to sit up there and try to. It's like you trying to. It's like this. What I'm saying. People ain't children. People know what the fuck they be doing. That's one thing empaths have to realize. I had a friend a long time ago, and I won't go into to describing them, but it was okay. This is a guy friend I had. And he was real cool, real nice. We were friends, real cool, real nice. And he was dating a real silly, manipulative type woman. And one thing about me is that and he was a gay guy, whatever. This is years ago. But he saw somebody I was dating right away. His face was turned up, and it wasn't like no jealousy type of she like he liked me and nothing like that, because I dated one of his friends before, and so one of his good friends, and I met him through an ex that I had. So just, it wasn't no serious relationship, but I just met one of my gay guy friends through his friend, a guy that I was dating. So it's like he looked at another person I was dating. This is after that later. Yeah, he met another person I was dating, the narc. I'll just be real, the narc, and he just right away he was like, and I had never seen him act like that before. I was like, why are you? Because he was an empath, and I didn't know I was an empath at the time. Empaths can just see bullshit right away, and I was like, we was like, you ever met those people that do anything they want, try to get over, and he could see it, but I couldn't. I was blinded. So whether it was under a spell or whether I just couldn't see it because I had feelings for that person, he could see it. Empaths can see bullshit, and most of the time you can see bullshit in other people's lives, and see this stuff around them before they can see it. Like I just said, an empath can come in and just read people. Oh nah, but it's like when he couldn't see the truth about the person he was dating. It's just a manipulative girl, just all on the transgender he was dating, but all on the phone talking about, can you come bring me this? Can you come bring me that? Blah 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 blah. And it's like the way she was saying it, it was just like you could just tell she was just full of shit. And I really wanted to go off on her because I cared about my friend. And it's like he couldn't see it and make excuses. Oh, well, she went through a lot. No, it's like, yeah, we all go through a lot. I've been through a whole lot. I've been through so much that I could just be a real evil person, go around dogging freaking men. But that's what I'm saying. It's just like I would never do nothing like that because I know I just wouldn't want that done to me. That's just how my mind thinks. And let me stop this story real quick and just I keep hearing that people want me to be gay. Now let me explain it. Demonic people that's doing silly stuff or whatever. And I'm not speaking about gay people. I'm just saying from my point of view, I do not like women. And to a certain extent, men are silly. I've had worse experiences with women than with men. I don't like, it's certain things about women that kind of like agitate me. I feel like women can be very, very manipulative, very crafty. I don't get along with women like that. I don't. It's some women that I feel like are cool and real, but I don't get along with women all that materialistic. I don't. It's just like I said before. That ain't gonna work. I'm not attracted to women. Everybody has a past. If you whatever in experience, whatever. Nobody cares about that. It's just it's times are we're like in our end. We're in the last days. It's time out for all this silly stuff. It's like, to me, in my mind, people who do silly stuff, it's like you're only harming yourself. I don't give a damn if I make 10 more videos and they all say no views. You take all the views away. If God tell me to keep going, I'm gonna keep going. So that's what I'm saying. That shit don't bother me. It just make whoever doing it, all you're doing is making your karma worse. And I'm still gonna put the messages out. So that's what I'm saying. If you're looking at my videos and you see it's no views on there, then you know the people doing magic. And even if you don't know, I'm still gonna keep going. So it's like I'm saying, people just do stupid stuff. But your time's almost up.